There is a lot of pressure for the government of Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa right now. Succession battles are being fought within ZANU-PF, and it seems as if the general is actually having more support from ordinary ZANU-PF supporters. And let us explore what is happening. Emmerson Mnangagwa went to China. We know the popular pictures of Chiwenga, which popped up in China. He was there as Mnangagwa's right-hand man. He was part of the staff right there. While he's in China, Emmerson Mnangagwa secured a deal, a $500 million deal for railway infrastructure in the nation of Zimbabwe. VP Chiwenga, just a few hours ago or days ago, addressed a gathering in Zimbabwe, and he talked and appealed to the miners in the nation of Zimbabwe, especially those mining coal, and said they have to chip in and make sure that they develop the railway system in the nation of Zimbabwe. That is the difference. Emmerson Mnangagwa is using the Chinese as the financiers. Chiwenga is proposing that the miners who are benefiting in Zimbabwe become part and parcel of the developmental agenda. So when you're looking at those two things or those two deals, Chiwenga's deal is better because it develops a nation at a lesser cost than having a third part Zigananda being involved who are going to benefit or having double benefit from whatever which is going to happen. So we are looking at this so as to understand what does the statement mean, because he's saying as government we are going to support you. What does Mnangagwa represent? Does he not represent a government? Was that deal not part and parcel of the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe? Did VP Chiwenga and other government officials know what is really happening? So let us deal with this. Chiwenga is actually challenging Mnangagwa's model of development. Mnangagwa's railway deal with the Chinese company, which is worth of millions, is based on a foreign-based contractor model. And these are people who are going to profit here from this deal. Zimbabwe is going to borrow. It's going to sign a resource-backed contract. The Chinese company or companies are going to build and control the infrastructure. The local industry and the people are going to benefit less than expected. Then you contrast it with Chiwenga's deal. Chiwenga is saying the mining companies must build the railways. He's rejecting the model of Emmerson Mnangagwa. Yes, that is the argument we can have at this point in time. So he's actually promoting what we call a resource for infrastructure approach, which is going to make or give us a better deal than the other one, where we are going to be trapped in debt and we are going to have the dominance of the Chinese. We've seen it happening in Tanzania. We've seen it happening in other countries where the Chinese, they are at the center of everything and they are controlling the national resources because of those debts. So when you're looking at Chiwenga and Mnangagwa, they have a difference in terms of policy, in terms of ideological clarity. Chiwenga is actually challenging Mnangagwa's Chinese dependent strategy. So this is something else. Then number two, General Chiwenga seems to be attacking the Chinese cartel networks. Yes, the proposal he's giving will not sit well with the Chinese. The Chinese, they've been investing in Zimbabwe through dubious means and processes plus protocols. General Chiwenga is giving a new proposal in terms of the railway network, which contrasts with the one proposed by Mnangagwa, which the Chinese will be involved. And we know that the Chinese mining deals, they are very, very closely tied to Mnangagwa's patronage network. So this includes people like Vanascott, Vanachivai. These are the people who are connected to those models and to those deals. So when Chiwenga is now calling for the mining companies who are not foreign investors, who are not the Chinese, to build and fund the railway, what he means is he's giving a signal that he feels that a discomfort with the Chinese control. He's actually criticizing Emmerson Mnangagwa's capture by external interests. That is the message which is being sent right there. So he's actually saying we are giving too much to foreigners, while our people remain poor. They continue to wallow up in an abject poverty. And he's saying that under his rule, he will change all of that. That is a good message. So it's also a factional signal to say he is actually aligning himself with the sovereign nationalism. He is distancing himself from Mnangagwa's China First alliances. So this program, to me, it's an acceptable program from General Chiwenga. So let us talk about something very important. General Chiwenga is talking about reclaiming the nationalist and economic guardian image. And Chiwenga's base is within the military, the war veterans, and the nationalist technocrats, people who believe in nationalism. Those are people who are supporting VP Chiwenga. These people have long complained that the Chinese are exploiting Zimbabwe's minerals. These people, they've actually said that Mnangagwa is having opaque deals with these Chinese, which are one-sided. They are benefiting more the Chinese and just a few individuals. So by making this statement, General Chiwenga is positioning himself as the protector of national sovereignty, echoing the liberation era ethos. He's saying no to colonialism, to another phase of colonialism by the Chinese. So as a military man, it's a reminder that he still represents the economic patriotism, not the elite enrichment. That is the message which is being sent by General Chiwenga as a military man. So let us talk about the economic message, self-reliance versus dependence. It's another message which is being sent by General Chiwenga right there. Zimbabwe has been depending on other countries and other economies for a very long time. And General Chiwenga is saying, let us use the resources we have to develop, which means we must distance ourselves from other economies and nations when it comes to the issues of development. So Mnangagwa's approach is we need foreign investment to develop. Chiwenga's approach is we can develop using our own resources, and if we put accountability, we can have so much to talk about. That is something which is, when you're talking about a contrast, it's a very, very big contrast, and politically General Chiwenga is winning. So this man is appealing to an ordinary citizen who see no tangible benefit or results from the Chinese and the mega deals we've heard about, mega deal. VP Chiwenga is talking about local empowerment, not more debt. He's giving a responsibility to the companies, which means they are not going to be dealing with this issue on a profit-based model, but on a model where they are going to develop and benefit from what they have developed. You build a road, you benefit from the same road as a miner. It's not for your own profit, but it's iwewe wagara une zvauri kufana kupa kunyika yauri kumainira zvicherwa zvayo. So it's square. The nation benefits, the ordinary people benefits, as well as the mining company, it continues to benefit. So when you are looking at the timing, it's the timing itself, the political strategy. This is coming just a few days from the ZANU-PF October 2025 conference, where economic credibility and leadership vision will be key factors in terms of making bold decisions with who is who within ZANU-PF. So Chiwenga is offering an alternative vision for Zimbabwe's economy, and Mnangagwa is actually exposing that Mnangagwa's foreign deals, they are not sustainable and they are unpatriotic. Yes, that is the message, that is the signal being sent by VP Chiwenga. So on the conference, VP Chiwenga is actually strategically positioning himself to clean up ZANU-PF and the nation from foreign dependence and to make sure that he restores economic dignity. That is the reason why they had to fire the director with ZANU-PF, because he was the one who was overseeing kuti achauya ndiani in terms of delegates, ndiani anenge aripo in terms of accreditation. He was fired so as to create a way for people who are not thoughtful to be part and parcel of that conference. So the bottom line is, General Chiwenga, his proposal, yes, he talked about the railway infrastructure, but it doesn't end there. It goes to the schools, it goes to the clinics, it goes to the road, it goes to water facilities, it goes to a lot. For example, you are mining steel, you need a lot of water. You can be told, okay, let us partner, let us build a dam which is going to benefit both the local and the company. That is understandable. That is what sustainable development must be about. So he is actually telling the nation that Mnangagwa is making deals to enrich foreigners, and VP Chiwenga is determined to make sure that deals should benefit an ordinary Zimbabwean, should build a nation. So basically, politically, that is how Chiwenga is actually destroying Emmerson Mnangagwa. Guys, inonzi mboma yakabatirwa Mnangagwa, because it comes at a point where Mnangagwa entered into a deal which will put Zimbabwe in a trap, in a foreign debt trap. And VP Chiwenga is saying, ngati handise zvatinazvo kuvaka nyika yedu yeZimbabwe. So your thoughts and your views, matorero amunozviita, but personally I feel kuti muzanu-PF aiwa Chiwenga vari kuita kunonzi kudhanda vanhu, vari kuita kunonzi kubata vanhu. These are my thoughts and my views. Let us talk in the comment section.